I've noticed something really interesting lately. A lot of my new subscribers aren't beginners. You're what I call returners. You loved makeup years ago, life got busy, trends changed, faces changed, and now you are coming back to the world of makeup, and I love that. So today I want to share my 3 favorite tips for mature eyes. But here's the important part. These tips you can absolutely start doing now, even if you don't consider yourself in the mature category yet. Think of them as future-proofing your makeup. We're going to be talking about the arch technique, underlighting, but before we do any of that, we're going to be talking about prepping the lid properly, because none of these tips really work if you're fighting against your base. Look, I know eyeshadow primers have a reputation. They feel pointless, they feel heavy. I'm pretty sure 90% of you don't use them, and honestly, that's okay. But on the days that you do want to use one, especially for mature eyes, the type of primer that you use really matters, not so much the brand. For mature skin, I prefer using a cream primer, not a liquid, and here's why. Creams tend to give you more control, they create a soft, slightly bouncy texture, and they still add that grip to the eyeshadow without weighing down the lid. But if you do have a liquid primer and you feel like it is weighing down your lid, you can always sheer it out with just a good concealer, just a tiny drop. Now that the lids are prepped properly, let me show you my technique. I like to call this the arch technique. Now I call this the arch technique because it follows the arch of the brow as a guide. The brow arch is the highest point and it naturally gives you more of a lifted shape. If we mirror that and create an arch with our eyeshadow, we automatically create a frame that lifts the eyes as well. You want to use an eyeshadow similar to your contour, blush, or bronzer tones, kind of in that family. It should be at least 1 shade darker than your skin tone. Ideally, it should be matte, but satin does work. I just prefer matte. It gives structure without drawing too much attention to texture. And I'm using a tapered eyeshadow brush for this. The tip of the brush is going to hit that high point, and then we're going to be able to softly blend. Visually, we're going to mirror the arch of the brow. But placement-wise, we're working horizontally, starting halfway between the natural crease of the lid and the first hair of the eyebrow. This spacing is important. It keeps the structure lifted but still soft, and it stops the shadow from crowding the lid or creeping up too high. If you keep your eyes open while you're placing this, you'll be able to see exactly where you need this to be. What sets this apart is that I'm framing the eyes by mirroring the brow arch, not chasing the crease. A lot of makeup looks will be about the crease. This is about framing the eyes. Once you have this frame in place, you can apply whatever you like on the lid. I use a little bit of black, a little bit of a golden kind of champagne tone, and don't be afraid to use your fingertips. Now let's move on to my final step, underlighting, which is where the eyes really come alive. For a really long time, metallics and shimmers were treated like a big no-no for mature eyes, but honestly, I love a good metallic. They open up the eyes, they bounce light, they can even make your eye color pop. And just like our hair can go gray and lose pigment, our eyes can actually soften too. Like my dad used to have almost black eyes and now they're more hazel, and I've even noticed that my eyes are losing their depth. But that's where underlighting comes in. I'm using a metallic eyeshadow and placing this right underneath the lower lashes. This is going to reflect and bounce light. Now I'm using a lip brush, so I have a little bit more control. You can apply it directly from the pencil, but I do love a lip brush for this application. Keep it really close and tight right underneath the lashes. If you feel comfortable, you can apply it onto your waterline as well. But always finish off with just an extra little bit underneath the pupil. This will just really help that light come forward and make the eyes look more awake. Now you don't have to use a bronze tone like I'm using. If you have blue eyes, you could try a deep plum, or green eyes, you can use like an aubergine. If you're not sure, let me know and I'll pick a color for you. Metallic flecks love clinging to lashes, so mascara at the end just cleans everything up and gives you that perfect finish. And there we have it. I really hope that you enjoyed this one. This look was actually created for one of my subscribers. She's revamping her old makeup techniques and she just subscribed to the channel. She also shared my sadness after losing my dog, and that meant so much to me. And Margaret had a dachshund called Annabelle, who was black and tan, so I mixed black and tan to create this kind of soft bronzy smoky eye for Annabelle and her mom. Thank you so much for sharing your story with me, and if you'd like me to create a look inspired by you or your pet, do let me know. And as always, my friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you in the next one.